Hello, and welcome to Cup to Hook Conversation number 52. I hope everyone is doing well on this wonderful Friday afternoon. At least it's Friday afternoon here. For some of you, it may be even a completely different day. But welcome, welcome. I am sliding in, just coming in from PT. I'd rather just say I'm coming in from my workout, like I've been to the gym. I feel like it today, though. All right. I don't know about you, but the weather's been kind of a little bit more on the colder side today and yesterday. It's been kind of raining. So hopefully the rain will hold off long enough for us to do this live. But anyway, hello, HD. She says, hi, Cynthia. Roseanne says, hi, and waves with an emoji. HD says, good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, my goodness. So how is everyone doing? And what is in your cup? I have no cup right now. I had tea, herbal tea. It was a vanilla chamomile tea that was in my cup. That's in my cup. And Mr. Joyful is bringing stuff in still. So it is probably still in the car. Hello, Mare. Mare says, hi. Bree, hello. She says, hello, my friends. Roseanne says, I've got water. And Bree says, Mountain Dew as always. I love it. I love it. Mare says, black cherry seltzer. Oh, speaking of cherry, I actually also have a cherry icy in the car. I was trying, when we left PT, Todd was going to try to go do some grocery shopping while I was in PT, but I really didn't think that I was going to be able to go the full session. And so I asked him to wait. And I didn't go entirely the full session, but, well, I guess actually I did because I was there an hour. But anyway, got more of a pep talk today than I did exercising because for some of you, you may know from the blogs, I fell Monday. And so I am still recovering from that. I upset my unhappy leg, and I still have a lot of pain in my core chest because I fell pretty hard. I fell right onto the hardwood floor. And so needless to say, I got a little emotional today, and they just had to kind of remind me that, the body is a wonderful thing, but when it has setbacks, it takes time to recover. And my body was already trying to go through recovering from quite an ordeal. And I get all that. And I get that all of this is out of my control. And it's not like I, wanted to fall. It wasn't like I made myself fall. But it's been frustrating. And not only from a physical standpoint, but from a crochet standpoint. Like, I had all these plans for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I got company that came over Wednesday night. And so I was trying to get so much done before they came. And we took them home right before PT today. And so I felt bad because I worked on videos almost the whole time she was here. But she was gracious and understanding, and she gets it. She's been with me a lot physically since I've been home from surgery. And so, she's been there on days I just laid there and did nothing, So she's a good friend, but nonetheless, I had high hopes of doing more, and I had high hopes of doing more crocheting this week, but that's okay because I've still done a pretty good bit yesterday and today. So I feel successful. So since I don't have a cup right now, but anyway, he went to get groceries after PT. I sat in the car and crocheted, and then we swung by to pick up some food, which I will eat after the live. But I was going to get an ice cold coffee, and as always, their machine is not working. So Mr. Joyful had gotten a cherry icy for himself, and so I just told them just to bring me one of those since we had already paid for it. But anyway, so I do have a cherry icy. It's been a while since I've had an icy, probably since I was a kid. So this will be fun and exciting. So, I mean, I've had snow cones because I used to go get snow cones with my youngest son after school, especially after band practice. It was always a nice pick-me-up. And but an actual icy, it's been quite a while. So, all right. So let me see what you're saying, and then we're going to talk about what's on our hook. And then I'm going to tell you our question for the night. I'm so excited to start this since we're not doing the Wednesday Crochet for an Hour series. We're going to move our questions to Friday nights, and I'm real, real excited about that. And I'm real curious to see and hear your answers. Okay, so HD is drinking tea. Mare says, I love Diet Mountain Dew, but it's very bad for you. Anymore, it seems like everything is bad for you to some extent. So I just say live in moderation, because we do have to take care of ourselves if we want longevity. So, and I vote for longevity. So, Mare says, I am melancholy today because today is my husband's birthday. Oh, Mare. And yesterday was my mother-in-law's birthday, so my heart aches missing them, I am sure. And Mare, I just hope I'm not overstepping here, but just a reminder to those that are in the chat with us today. Mare recently lost her husband over Thanksgiving. He was in a car accident, and I am so sorry, Mare. Oh, I just wish I was so close to you. But since I'm not, the next best thing, and I hope in some way, some fashion, it will help. But if everybody would just take a moment and just squeeze a hug out to Mare. Oh, I love you, my friend. And thank you for sharing that. Makes me even more excited that today is Friday and that we're here together, because you need to be with people who do care about you, especially going through something like this. It's never easy. I don't care if it was year 10 or year 20. It's never easy when you lose a love like that. Bree says, shoot, Mare, my blood is more Mountain Dew than anything. Roseanne says, praying for you, Mare. Oh, I'm so glad we're all here today. Not that I wish that Mare was going through this, but I'm just thankful that it worked out that today is Friday and we're actually together. Mare says, Bree, I still drink it, but I am mindful of how much I drink it. Roseanne says, hugs. So, hugging you out, my friend. Love you. I really do wish I could just like physically hug you right now. So, Bree says, big squishy bear hugs and a shoulder to cry on, or an ear to hear if you need any or all. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are definitely here for you. And I don't have movie night tonight, so the only thing I have to rush off to is eating my dinner and maybe eventually going to the little girl's room. So we're good to hang as long as we need to. And as long as we don't overstep into someone else's life. So, because and I know there's so many content creators that would be hard to not do, but I am still respectful if I can be. So, before we go and start talking about what all is on our hook, and you can start telling me what's on your hook, I would love to know. I love to hear. Who knows, you may inspire me to step out of a comfort zone and try something. I actually downloaded a pattern today of an amigurumi little doll. And not if, but when I go to do this, I will definitely be stepping out of my comfort zone. I have never done anything like that before, and I'm actually really excited about it. So, but yeah, the great thing about coming together and hanging out with one another and just talking like this is we can not only encourage each other, but we can inspire each other to step out of our comfort zone and do things that we wouldn't normally do. And speaking of that, I'm going to show you a project in a minute that I wouldn't say that I'm out of my comfort zone, but it's definitely a new adventure for me. But I'll explain it more when I pull it out. I see some chats, so let me just catch up on those real quick. Mare says, I've got my computer pushed so far away from me that I'm having a hard. Oh, you know what? I did this earlier, and I know this looks crazy, but okay, I can see that better. Well, I still can't figure out what Mare has. Looks like it says is. And then hello, Ojo, the crocheting sailor. He says, hi, Cynthia and chat. Roseanne says, hi, Ojo. Hi, Ola Joe. Sorry, excuse me there, Joe. Joe says, hey, Mare, Bree, HD, and Roseanne. Starbucks iced coffee in my cup. You're my new best friend. I'm so jealous, though. That's what I was wanting, was ice cold coffee. But they said their machine was down. Didn't they know this girl just worked hard in PT? She deserved it. Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you, Joe, that you're drinking ice cold coffee. Just enjoy it and savor the flavor for both of us, my friend. Roseanne says, oh, yeah, that was right. Roseanne says, hi, Joe. Joe says, oh, I'm rereading them. So I was. Mare says, I am making a owl amigurumi to match the baby blanket I made with the yarn I got from Bree. How special! It's for a what? Colleague's first baby boy. Okay, I'm going to have to try and slide my computer a little bit closer. My new glasses don't seem to be helping. They do if I'm looking really far off, but up close. But that white writing on that black is just hard a little bit. Okay, excuses, right, my friends? Joe says, aw. Mare says, hey, Andrea, how are you, honey? Did I miss somebody? Oh, I apologize. I missed somebody, so I am sorry. But welcome in. You guys, I am so excited. So by the way, if I have new subscribers, welcome into the Joyful Creations family. I am so happy to have you here. And I have been getting quite a few. And so, you know what? There's actually no better time than the presence Oh, I got it now. Okay. So see, I have to learn these things. So that means I need to grab my pad of paper here so that I can give you your personal page in my subscriber notebook, and I will add that on there. Well, it is nice to meet you. And give me a 1 or a 2. Is it Andrea or Andrea? Because I'm big about names and trying to pronounce them correctly. Because everybody and their name is uniquely special. And thank you, Mare, for sharing that with me, that was her name. I guess give me a 3 if I got it wrong altogether. Ah, so Andrea, okay. And I've actually heard it pronounced Andrea as well. Okay. All right, I have that written down. Sweet, sweet. Mare says, my friend, old Joe, loves her furl hooks. She does beautiful work, designs, and does tutorials too. Well, this is my first time that I can recollect meeting you. And so I have actually written your channel down as well as your name, and I will be checking you out. So this is a perfect time to actually kind of step into something I mentioned last Friday. And then, you know, we're all family here. So it's not like anything formal, but we're going to have a little family business to discuss. And then I'm so excited. We'll get into makes and the big question for tonight. All right. So continue telling me what is on your hooks. So, you know, I went back and I looked, and I think the very first Saturday shout out that I ever did, and I've done them every Saturday. All the times I've missed episodes or missed videos, I've never missed a Saturday shout out. So whoop, whoop. That's how important you guys are to me. And so I went back and looked, and the very first one I ever did was in early August of 2020. So we're not quite at a year doing them, and it just seems like it's been even longer than a year. But of course, we know I celebrated my 1-year pod anniversary March the 4th, so I knew it was a short time after that. I didn't realize that from March to August, but nonetheless, I'm really excited that tomorrow you're going to see a new and, to me, more improved version of the Saturday shoutouts. And we talked about this a little bit last Friday and the Friday before, but I'm really, really excited about this, you guys, because I feel like I'm giving a better tribute to all of you, even more so than what I already was. We are keeping that wonderful, luscious Farmer in the Dell tune. I mean, that's kind of like, you know, you hear that, you know, Cynthia's doing a shout out. So of course we got to keep that. But what I've done differently, and I really would appreciate your feedback. Let me know. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you want me to go back to the way it was. I am all about change if I need to do it. I'm all about positive criticism. So you tell me. But starting tomorrow, the Saturday shoutouts will be a little bit different. And so instead of just doing 8 subscriber names randomly, what I'm going to start doing is all the people that subscribed to me in the previous month, I will recognize them for the entire month following. So in other words, all their names will continue to appear throughout the month of June for those that were new in May. And then after that, for the content creator, I'd only been doing 2, but I would just put their name there, and that was it. Put their link in the description, and boom, we were done. Taking it a little bit further, and this is what I'm really most excited about, is really helping to give these channels exposure. And I'm focusing more on smaller channels like me Not that we're nobodies, but we're not as well known. Not that the bigger channels don't need shout outs, because they do, because there's so many that I love, and my week would just not be complete without stopping in and hanging out with them for a while, because they're such inspirations to me. But I really believe in helping people out. Like, that is just truly my life motto. And so I know how hard it can be. And so there's that word again. You guys have got to help me get the word so out of my vocabulary. And that one. So what I've done is I've introduced their name, and then I've spent, so it can be anywhere from 2 to 4 content creators per week. It just depends. The larger their channel is, it might only be 2 content creators, because I'm truly trying to genuinely focus on them and get to know them and really spend time on their channel, watching their videos, and just seeing them as a real person versus as, oh, that's someone who crochets like me, and moving along after just giving them just a name shout out. So I'm trying to pick out anywhere from, 5 to 6 of their videos and really watch them and comment on them, like them, and really help give them that support. But then I'm taking picture clips from their videos and I'm sharing them with you guys. And then each of those videos are going in the description box. So you'll not only get a link to their actual channel, you will automatically in my description box get a link to the 4, 5, or 6 videos of theirs that I chose to focus on. And so tomorrow there'll be 3 content creators. And I'm just really excited about this. I really think that it will help these folks just really broaden their dreams and their ambitions for their channel. And so I do ask that you guys just try to go over and share some love with them. And, if their content appeals to you, please subscribe to them. Now, that's that. Here's family business. We're going to do this quick because you know me. I like to stay positive. I like to keep things on an up level. It's all about joy, right? I value what you think. I listen to it and I take it. I learn from it. I grow from it. I am not a person that, can't hear positive criticism. I'm not a person who can't follow instruction. I'm not a person who can't hear a suggestion and think, that's a different way of doing things, versus going, oh, so you didn't like what I did? Yeah, I don't think that way. So I appreciate, and I really want to clarify that, I appreciate your opinions. I appreciate your comments, whether they're in a video, whether you email me. If you feel the need to reach out to me, I take that with great respect, because you're taking time out of your busy life to reach out to me about something that has touched you in one way or the other, positively or negatively. And so with that being said, I encourage you to always continue to share with me openly how you feel about something. I understand that, as humans, we sometimes may say or do something that can stir up a feeling, and more than not, a negative feeling. And so I've received a total of 9 emails over my Saturday shout outs over the last 3 weeks. And I don't want to say they were negative. I'm going to say they were constructive criticizing. They strongly expressed their feeling that they were shocked that I would shout out channels when I call myself a so-called Christian. Well, that first off made me go, huh? Because as a Christian, there is no individual who can walk into my life and not be accepted. So as a Christian, I'm going to do my best, humanly possible, to love everybody. Now, for me, I'm one of those people that the more different you are, the more you excite me, the more I love you. Okay? I mean, it's not that I don't love cookie cutter people, because I love people. But if you come to me as an acquaintance, a friend, whatever, I'm going to love you. If you call me every dirty name in the book, yeah, I might be hurt, but I'm going to pray for you just like I'm going to pray for my dearest friend. Okay? Because that's who I am. Christian or not. That's just how I'm built. If somebody loves my content and they subscribe to my channel, then they're what I would call a Joyful Creation subscriber. In my terms, I call them, joy seekers. And so if they're willing to be a joy seeker to my channel, then they're my friend automatically. Some of them, I know better than others. Most of you here, I know you a lot better than, 200 of my 717 subscribers. But everybody's accepted. And I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure that I bring joy to everyone. And so I'm not going to apologize if I shouted out a subscriber that you felt didn't deserve it because of their content. It's not my place to judge somebody's content. And as a Christian, is it not my place to hang out not only with other Christians for fellowship to strengthen my relationship with the Lord, but is it not also my duty to go out into the world and share the gospel with someone who's not a Christian? So I love the person. I may not love the language they use. I may not love the things that they do, but I love the person. Thank God that that's how he loves me, because I sin every single day, from thoughts to sadly words to actions. Rolling my eyes because I didn't agree with something. That's disrespectful. I sin every day, and thank you, Lord, that he loves me, Cynthia, for me, not because of the things that I do or say. So therefore, I'm going to do my best as a human, as Cynthia, as a Christian, to love, honor anyone who wants to be a part of my life. And if that upsets you, then, I do care, but I can't go around accepting one person and not another person. It's just not who I am. All I can say is if you go onto a channel and you don't like their content, then just immediately leave. Don't leave them a comment, just leave. Because not everybody's content is for everybody. That's why it's a glorious thing that we have an array of talent and topics out there, because it might be somebody else's cup of tea. And the way I see it is, if their content is not a Christian thing, then I might be the only Jesus they see. I might be the only joy that shines on their day. And if that's the case, then I am okay with that. Because trust me, when I stand before my maker, I don't want him to be like, oh, you remember that YouTube channel you were working so hard to do and you wanted all these subscribers, but when you got some, you judge them and shun them? What if I had done that same to you, my child? You guys, I would weep. I mean, I know I'm already going to weep. I already know that's going to be a scolding I am not looking forward to. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from. And so I hope I was able to keep this as positive as possible. Because the bottom line is I'm not a perfect person. And I just want to be loved and accepted. And so that's how I feel about my friends. Some friends, you know, they don't even crochet, but they bring me joy in other ways. Some friends, you know, our only connection is crochet, but they still bring me joy. And so at the end of the day, I mean, that's just how I feel. So I have politely responded to all of those people. And I pray that it was in a way that was positive and left them feeling with joy and not making them any angrier or feeling bad about their original email. Because that's certainly not my intent. And if you're here with me and you were one of those, I love you and I do appreciate and I'm thankful that you were honest with me. But I also hope that you'll be thankful and appreciate me being honest back with you. Okay? So I'm going to see what y'all are saying because I can see that thing just a-going. And then we're going to get into our question and I'm going to show you some makes. You ready? All right, so let's see. Whew. I got to find out where we left off here. You know, my eyes are like, okay. All right. My tea has arrived. Thank you. I love you.
You're welcome. I fixed your chair.
Oh, sweet. He has fixed my chair, is what he said. My recliner has decided to not recline. And you know, got to keep that leg elevated. It's part of the recovery. So, yay. All right, you guys, let me see. I think I'm coming back to where okay, here we go. So the last comment I read was about Mare saying that Andrea loved her furl hooks and that she does beautiful work. All right. So then Andrea says, Cynthia, I have a long list of channels and names too. Nice to meet you and happy to be here. I am happy you're here. I really, really am. And I cannot wait to go check out your channel. So you never know. You might be shouted out, my friend. And no, you probably don't need my help, but I just want to say thanks. All right. Andrea says, "Aw, thank you very much, Mare. That's so sweet, my friend. I showed all of them off the other day." Doesn't it make you feel good when you can kind of show what you've done? I mean, I know I do. I get so excited. I get tickled. And like one of these projects I'm fixing to show you that I kind of said was like out of my comfort zone. But it's not so much out of my comfort zone as, it's hard to describe. I just have to hurry up and show you. But watching it come together, even my husband, he'll turn around from the computer and he'll be like, "Oh, wow, that's really beautiful. And so is whatever you're making." And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I can't wait to show y'all. All right. But yes, it makes us feel good when we can show off what we've made. Mare says, the Queen of Mosaic. Yeah, I cannot read this. Tina in Ireland complimented me on my 2 mosaic blankets. I just love her work. Oh my gosh, Mare. I know that was a warm, squishy feeling. Well, I am so glad that she did that for you because your blankets, your mosaic blankets are absolutely exquisite. You are doing an amazing job. Andrea says, Mayor, I am doing well. Busy as usual. Hope you are well. Yes, yes. Mayor says, Iceland or Cuba of Havana blanket fame. I was so thrilled. You guys, I'm going to have to move you just a minute, and I apologize. I've got to get this closer. You're going to see my hot mess corner back there. But that is okay because we're among friends and family. I just got to bring you closer. All right. Let's see. Andrea says, Cynthia, I'm so glad Granny D introduced you today. Oh, so is that where you met me? So I subscribed and watched a video. You have a wonderful channel and will be watching more of your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Yes, I was sitting in the car while my husband was grocery shopping when I was on Granny D's live. It was awesome. Until I lost connection, but not because of them, but because I was so far out in the parking lot. All right. Mayor says, I call those people who label themselves and berate you for not labeling someone or not discrimination hypocrite. Yes. And Andre says, amen. Roseanne says, yes, amen. Bree says, I'm beginning to think we in the yarn community just get around to knowing everybody. I think so too. And for the most part, I'll be honest, I really feel like in the yarn community, we are a positive family. Like we're very supportive of one another. I mean, yes, there's always going to be a few bad apples. I mean, but that's anywhere you go. But I have been overly impressed. And maybe it's because I just, not saying that we look for it, but I don't really look for it. And if I feel like something's getting, political or whatever, I do tend to kind of back out of it because I choose to stay in the positive. I just need to give myself that advice a little bit more when it comes to, my leg not wanting to cooperate because I tend to get very ugly with it. And I should be a little bit more positive. But in general, I guess I just choose, because I've come to learn, especially after being in corporate America for so many years, that when you allow yourself to wear and embrace the stress of everyone's job, and you lose sight of what your position is, then you are carrying this big weight. And I mean, it's going to wear you down. And you're going to fall so low that, I mean, it just seems so difficult and so strenuous to look up. So I've just made a decision 3 years ago when I stepped out of corporate America and started working in the hospital emergency room that I was just going to always look up. And if something was making me start to look down, then I needed to let it go. Even if that meant a person, but I'm slower at letting a person go versus a event or a task, just simply because, again, I have to ask myself, is it the person or is it the situation they're currently in? Because situations change day to day, week to week, month to month. So if it's a situation they're in that's causing them to behave that way, what can I do to help them look up? And if I've exhausted everything I have and I can't help them look up, then I do exactly what God tells us to do in the Bible. Then dust your feet off and keep going. Because you've done what I've asked of you. Now it's obviously my job to come in and finish. Okay, or send someone else until I can get my message across. So anyway, gosh, I feel like I'm preaching again. And it's not my calling. Let's see. Mayor says, I once was discriminated because of discrimination. I told that it's not true. I do discriminate against stupid. It is very easy to become very impatient with someone who is behaving stupid. That was a bad word in our house growing up. My kids were not allowed to say that word. It was a bad word. And it was so funny. I'll never forget one day the teacher was reading a story in English and she read the word stupid. And my son was like, oh, you said a bad word. And she couldn't figure out what he was talking about. And so later, when I went to pick him up, she met me in the car rider line and she was like, I've learned that stupid's a bad word in your house. And I was like, yes, it is. And she's like, okay, well, you do realize that it's not a bad word. I'm like, yes, but it is not a word that we call or describe about somebody else. So I guess she put me in my place. Bree says, ahoy, hola. And Andrea says, oh, Cynthia, thanks. You're wonderful. We all need help, but you really don't have to. I appreciate you. Hugs. Oh, talking about Saturday shout outs. Well, you just never know. And she says, yes, it is, Cynthia. I love the yarn community. Yes, 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 I do too. Never play into anyone else's drama. This is Bree. It's their choice to start drama, my choice to bow out. Absolutely. And again, because I do have so many new subscribers, let me just reiterate. The reason I read out all the comments is because I do have 5 that I'm aware of, may have more that I'm not aware of, but I have 5 wonderful ladies that are crochet geniuses. They just amaze me, but that are part of my family and they are legally blind. So that is a challenge that I hope before the end of this year to challenge and do on my channel is for us to make something and blindfold ourselves so that I can put myself in the shoes of those 5 wonderful ladies because their work is amazing. And oh my gosh. So I want to challenge myself to put myself in a challenge that they deal with every day. But anyway, so we'll be looking forward to that one day. All right. But yes, Bree, I completely agree. We can just bow out. Andrea says, Cynthia, I am putting you on featured channel list. Oh, thank you. I change it weekly. This week was military members that served and are still serving. That is fantastic. I love that. I absolutely love that. And that was obviously appropriate and due to Memorial Day, but that is fantastic. I love that. Mayor says, lazy people often play stupid on purpose. Well, now that is true. That is very true. Andrea says, Bree, ahoy there. Yarn. Sorry. You guys, I don't know why I'm having, I guess, again, it's the white on the black. Maybe if I back up, I can see it better. I have to figure it out. Okay. Our question. I forgot it. Let me look. Okay. Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life? Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life? So I'm going to let y'all think about that in a minute, and I'm going to pull out my makes. So last week, I showed you, and I forgot to grab it. Todd, may I borrow you for just a minute? Of course, I've cleaned up the studio. I probably could get the wheelchair over there. I need that baby blanket with the elephant. That's all I need. Yep. All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've already shown you this baby blanket that I made. And I believe I already showed you the little elephant. The only thing I have left to do to complete this set is put the elephant on the blanket. Okay. So then this set will be done. Oh, I need to look here. Last weekend, I talked about making a, beanie hat, and I had asked y'all's opinion last Friday about, since this was so long, and obviously that would take up the whole hat. In fact, it would actually be too big, about doing just the face. So that's what I did. And look, is that not adorable? I absolutely love that. So I think the next one I'm going to make, I don't know yet, because I've got a couple other things I need to do first, but maybe I'll do a giraffe or a puppy dog. But anyway, the giraffe, it will take me a hot minute to figure out a pattern to make the giraffe, head. But anyway, so I made, of course, an elephant lovey. And this is my little elephant lovey, and I am in love with these ears, you guys. Aren't those ears not adorable? But I'm going to tell you something, and I wish I had the owl lovey. I decided to make the granny square for this lovey a lot bigger than I had been, and I love it being a little bit bigger. I absolutely love that. So I will always make sure that I grab an extra skein or cake or whatever for what, the yarn main yarn I'm using, so that I can always make this a little bit bigger. And I actually have enough of this spearmint pop, which is what this color is. It's a variegated. It's called spearmint pop. I actually have enough of that left over that I could do a whole nother set. But I'm thinking about maybe making an actual baby sweater to go with this set. So I don't know. But Mr. Joyful feels like my elephant needs a little hat on him. So I might get creative and put a little top hat with a string around it for him, but we'll see. So, but anyway, I fell in love with the ears. I just love the ears. So that was one project that I got finished before I fell. And let's see. Oh, Mare says, amen to that, Bree. I don't do drama. Life is too short and precious. Yes, to waste energy and time on artificial drama. Absolutely. Roseanne says, I would think Rosie Perez. Oh, I love that. I love that. So she would choose Rosie Perez to be the character who played in her movie of her life. Mare says, cute. Roseanne says, how cute. Thank you both. And Andrea says, pretty. So who would I get to play me? Well, I have heard my whole entire life that I remind somebody of a actor, and more so right now in our current life where we are as older adults. They say I resemble her, although she's a lot prettier. And our mannerisms are alike. Our love for humanity is both very, strong. And I see it. So hands down, the person that I would pick to play me in a movie of my life would be Drew Barrymore. So Roseanne says, sweet and sassy. I love it. And Rosie Perez is definitely sweet and sassy. I think one of my favorite movies with her was, I can't remember the name of it. I'll think of it. It had a cowboy in it, but not like cowboy, like Longmire cowboy. I see the movie plain as day, but I cannot call the name of it. But anyway, I could see Rosie Perez playing you, Roseanne. Okay, so the other project that Todd, do you know what happened to the bag that I took to PT? The crochet bag? I do need that. I can't show them the project without it. So I found this yarn, and I've never used anything like this. Isn't that pretty? Look at those luscious pastel colors, and it's so soft. Look how squishy that is. Roseanne says, white men can't jump. No, that wasn't it. Do you? If my brother-in-law were here, he could tell you, because he got me hooked on this one character that played with Rosie Perez in that show. I know, I just can't think of it.
What show is it?
It's a movie.
Oh.
In fact, I can't even think of the guy's name. He plays in that magician disappearing movie that they've got out, but I can't think of. That's how bad my memory is. Anyway, this yarn is it's a velvet yarn from Mainstay, so it's a Walmart yarn, and it is a bulky, super bulky 6, and it is actually called Baby Velvet Yarn Multi Pastel. And they had 5 skeins. And I knew with it being a bulkier yarn that it would require more skeins to do anything. But I thought, well, 5 skeins, I could probably get a nice size baby blanket out of it. No. So then, since I'm kind of on a budget right now with recovery, I thought, well, let me just go hit the yarn wall and shop there and see what I could come up with. Well, I had bought some yarn that I had bought specifically for another project that I was waiting to start. And I thought, why not just put them together? And then that way this yarn will stretch. Because apparently Walmart is no longer selling this yarn. And the nearest Walmart, because Mr. Joyful was so great and went on and tried to find this, and there's only one Walmart. And it's an hour and 20 minutes away from us. And they had 5 skeins left. And I thought, that's just too far for me to drive right now. Or not, well, I can't drive, but not yet. But to even ride, because that would be 3 hours on the road, much less all the other time, to go in and get the yarn and food and all that, bathroom breaks. So it just was too much. So I decided to just look and see what I had. And before I show you that, I'm going to just show you the blanket so far. But first, I'm going to see what you guys are saying. Hello, Kelly. She says, yippee, yippee, skippy. I'm here. Laugh out loud. Hugs and hellos to all. Welcome, welcome, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. Roseanne says, oops. Bree says, mine would be Goldie Hawn. She's funny, quirky, mouthy. What? Does that say mouthy? I did not think of you as mouthy. And weird, just like me. I love it. Roseanne says, hi, Kelly. Mare says, hi, Kelly. Andrea says, very nice. Roseanne says, you have a lot of blue items going in there. Are you wishing for something? Well, no, but I will always love and enjoy grandbabies. So if it helps, then yeah, I'll wish hard. Well, wait a minute. I don't know because, Isaac and Angel have, you know, a brand new baby. They don't need another one just yet. Andrew's not ready, and Jonathan is off being a Marine, so, and he's got a couple more years, to serve. So, yeah, I guess I'm not hoping for anything, but it'd be nice though, wouldn't it? Roseanne has a smiley face emoji. Bree says, order it online at Walmart. Well, that's what we tried to do, and they're not selling it anymore. So, and I have not seen it. Like when I saw it, I was like, that is amazing. The colors are what drew me in. And I've not done a whole lot with the bulkier yarn, which Kelly, I know that's your expertise. But after making that orange and white blanket, and if you remember that orange, white, and gray blanket I made, where I used this hook right here, I fell in love with the bulkier yarn. Although that's not the hook I'm using. I'm only using, it must be down in the bag. So, yep, there it is. That's the size hook I'm using. It's an 8mm. So, all right. So are you ready for this crazy blanket? I'm in love with it. Like I would have never, ever done this. I would have never mixed two different bulkies. I've got a 5 and a 6 going on, but I'm absolutely in love. So here's where I started the blanket. And that's that pastel color there. And that's one skein. The thickness that you see, that's one skein. So yeah, 5 of those would have not made a blanket. But I love the thickness of it, and I love the tighter stitch. And of course, I know that it's tighter because of this hook versus using a bigger hook. But I love that. And my first immediate thought was, oh, wow, how padded that was. This would make an excellent blanket for a baby to lay on, that is in the process of learning to roll over and crawl and all that, and have their toys on it. So, like I said, I found this velvet yarn that I had and decided to mix it with it. And so far, this is what I have, and I'm absolutely in love with it. And I love that the color is showing up the way it is. And I love how the texture is even, it's the difference between the two is creating the texture. But anyway, so here's this burgundy, and I just had it in my hands right here. And so it is Bernat Velvet, and it's a 5. And so the other one's a 6. So they're a little bit different weight. And this is in the colorway Wine. And so I've left enough left over that I will be able to help create a border. And the border will match the whole blanket as a whole. And I'm going to do that with all the colors. But anyway, so this is what it looks like. I hope you can see that. And then I brought in that rainbow color again. And now this is the color I'm working on, this purple. And all of this is that Bernat Velvet. And so the other colors that I will be adding to it is this purple, this purple, and this white. These will be in the center. So I'll hopefully have more to show you next Friday. But if I don't scold me, because this weekend and next week, I'm going to be really busy working on the Call the Midwife projects. That was my goal this week, but of course the fall set me back. But I have one tutorial ready for one of the Call the Midwife projects. And if you'll remember, there's going to be 3. So you'll have 3 to choose from. They're all small projects. So, I mean, if you're a fast crocheter, you might be able to experiment and do all 3 if you choose. But if not, you'll have one of 3 to choose from. And then hopefully by the time we hit season 5 or 6 of Call the Midwife, I'll be able to bring in a Call the Midwife shawl. And I'm really excited about that. So I didn't realize how much I really like shawls, Bree, until you made me that one. And I absolutely love it. In fact, I use it a lot. I mean, I'm always cold. As you can see, I'm always cold. And oh, hey, Kelly, look, I'm wearing my crochet t-shirt. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'll try to back up as much as I can. It says, crochet fills my days, yarn fills my living room, my dining room, bedroom, closets, ... Oh, I'm to the day bed. But anyway, so loving it, loving it, loving it. All right. Kelly says, you need me to check my Walmart? I mean, if you can, that would be great. It's from Mainstay. Roseanne says, very nice, good work. Thank you. Roseanne says, good. Oh, it said gold, good work. Gotcha. Bree says, yes, CTM, can't wait. I know. Next Friday. So again, I've got so many new subscribers. So next Friday, we start Call the Midwife. What does that mean? That means we will be looking at, so you have to watch ahead of time, in your time, season 1, episodes 1 and 2. And we'll come together and have a game night over those episodes by asking questions. And everybody will gain points. And points will eventually lead to small giveaways throughout the process and a larger giveaway at the very, very end. So I'm very excited. And then on Monday, for Fun Day Monday, we will have tutorials on Call the Midwife projects. So exciting, exciting. So I will soon be doing a special video in the next couple days on announcing that, and it will also appear on my Instagram channel. So I'm very, very excited. I cannot wait. So yes, I agree, Bree. Very, very excited. Next Friday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Call the Midwife starts, and we'll bring out our little Anna woot woot train. All right. Andrea says, who would play me? Angela Bassett or I can't read that. This is driving me crazy. Oh, I'm going to mispronounce this name. I just know it. Sanalathan? I didn't say that right, I'm pretty sure. Mare says, my choice would be a combination of Maureen O'Hara, because she is feisty, but not in a rude way, and she sticks to her principles, plus America Ferrara is close to 39 and feisty in a unique way. Kelly says yes. Kelly says love it. Kelly, who if you could cast someone to play you in the movie of your life, who would you cast? Mare says, love the elephants. Oh, thank you, Mare. You know, you're the inspiration if it went for those owls. So I thank you. Kelly says, it's called what? The Walmart yarn? It's Mainstay. Mainstay is the Walmart brand. And so it's Mainstay, and it's just called Baby Velvet, I think. It's just called Velvet Yarn. Of course, I took my glasses off, so I can't even tell if you can see that. Yeah. And it's one of those women-owned, but it's the Mainstay. It's covering it up. And it's in the colorway. Again, I think just pastel, multi-pastel. All right. Andrea says, Mare, she was a beautiful lady, lovely red hair. Yes. Roseanne says, Mainstay is the brand of yarn. Thank you, Roseanne. Andrea says, Selena. Oh, am I reading? Oh, Sana. Speaking of Selena, I cannot wait to watch season 2 on Netflix. Love that girl. Kelly says, I know the brand was asking which kind. All I know is it just says velvet. It's a super bulky 100% polyester. Y'all, I may have to get my old glasses back out. Can't read with these glasses. Oh, it says rib baby blanket. Well, maybe I should have followed their pattern on the inside. It says includes pattern on inside of label. And right here it says rib baby blanket, 2 balls of yarn. Well, y'all saw how much one ball made. I don't know how 2 balls would make a baby blanket, because it was clear 5 balls would not have made a baby blanket. It'd have been a small car seat blanket. Apparently, I'm definitely using the wrong hook. Not really. It said to use an 8, and guess what? That's what I'm using. Roseanne says, it's the Walmart brand. Kelly says, got it. Kelly says, I'll be on it like Scooby-Doo. Oh, laugh out loud. I love you. Mare says, Angela Bassett is the bomb. Yeah, she's always been beautiful. And to me, she has aged so gracefully. If I could just age like her, that would be amazing. Yes. Andrea says, yes, Mare, I love her. Yes. All right. The only other thing that I've even attempted to put on my hook, and it was just because I was in a mood and I wanted something smaller to hold on to because I was hurting so bad after falling. And I don't have the other skein with me, but it's one of those cakes. So I don't even know the color, so I probably shouldn't even be showing this, but I started making a shawl. And I'm making the shawl that's actually on the label. That's why the label's not on this cake. But isn't that pretty? But I love that. It's a little bit of browns and a kind of a dusty mauve. And then a lot of beiges and then a gray. So, all right, so that's what's been on my hook. And as I said, tea is in my cup. And Drew Barrymore is who I would pick to play me in my life movie. Mare says, I love her and Whoopi in the Stella Got Her Groove movie. Yes, 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 yes. That was great. Wasn't there two? Weren't there two movies that they played in with Stella got her groove back? And Roseanne says, pretty shawl, thank you. Andrea says, I must go and spread my love. Absolutely. It has been a pleasure hanging out with you, and everyone have a marvelous weekend. You too, my friend, and I'm going to come check out your channel. So you'll see me commenting. Mare says, take care, Andrea. Roseanne says, I'll be starting the arrows on the Longmire blanket. Woo, sweet. Whoop, whoop. Last one airs on Monday. Oh my gosh, it's so great. All right, so for the last time, and I didn't bring the box over today. I don't have the shout out box with me, but I'll have to come up with a different idea for my shout out boxes. We're going to do shout outs from this past weekend. And we have Dive In with Diva J. I'll fold these up and put them in, because we will draw somebody from these next Friday. And Linnell Dobbins. I messed up on the end. Mandy Donahue. Susan Ferguson. Felicia G. Suzanne Gallett or Goulet. Renee Johnson. Terry Lewis. And then our two content creators is Cass Eye Catchers, and her name is Catherine Noel. And then the last one was Gordon. I've been pronouncing it in my head, Philia. Gordon Fiala. I like Gordon Philia. And if it's not right, then hopefully he'll forgive me. All right. So those were our Saturday shout outs from last Saturday. All right. Anybody else want to answer the question that is live with me right now? If you could choose a character to play you in the movie of your life, who would it be? Mare says, cool, Roseanne. Roseanne says, smiley face emoji, praying hands. Andrea said, bye, Mare and Roseanne. Thank you, ladies. And Kelly says, how many do you need? If you find any, I mean, no more than 5. But Kelly, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't worry about it because of the fact that I've started adding this other yarn into it. Because if I had more, I'd rather it be just this. And I'm not going to frog all that. And I do like that. I do like the way it's coming out. So I'm good. I appreciate it. But I'm good. Okay? But I love you for thinking of me. Roseanne says, come on back again. Yes, talking to Andrea. Mare says, Kath Eye Catchers is cool. I am enjoying her channel. I got a chance to look at a couple of her videos last weekend. And yes, I agree, Mare. Kelly says, Oscar the Grouch. Laugh out loud. You're crazy. She said she'd get Oscar to play her. Kelly says, maybe Cookie Monster. Cookies. That's me with yarn. Yarn. Roseanne says, laugh out loud, Kelly. Kelly says, okay, because my Walmart shows 5 left. Laugh out loud. How funny is that? Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. All right. So I think we have covered everything. And all we have left, unless anyone has anything exciting or wonderful that they want to share, or if they've even got a prayer request. Again, if you're on here and you've not given me your birthday, always give me your birthday so I can send a little birthday video out for you on your special day. I'll give y'all a few minutes to see if there's anything you want to tell me before we go into our Joy Basket moment. I will tell you that me on a personal level, I'm definitely going to want to do more than one of some of these Call the Midwife blankets. Like I've really only worked on one, but I'm really enjoying it. And it's going to be similar stitches in the other blankets. So therefore, these are just going to make some really great baby shower gifts. So I'm excited. Yeah. Not to mention, I keep finding yarn on the yarn wall that was like, wow, that'd have been good for that one, that blanket. But I like the color I've already chosen. So I have options. I'm a girl with options. Roseanne says all is well. And I do wish all of you the best of luck finishing up the Longmire blanket. Again, just a reminder, I'm kind of asking for everyone to try to finish up, and I get busy schedules, so I can be flexible. It just puts the giveaway a little bit further out, but try to give everybody to get theirs finished up by July the 5th and get their pictures into me, and then I'll get that collaborative video together, and then we are going to try on July 16th to do the giveaway from that video. But I'm flexible. I'm easy to get along with. I'm a simple girl. So if we need to extend those dates, we can, because I do understand working on other things and trying to finish up things, because after all, I'm the girl who still has a blanket from 2019 that she needs to finish up, and I'm done. I just got to get all the appliques on, and I'm excited about the blanket. I just need to get it done. So Kelly says, how many would you need for a blanket in general of that mainstay? If I were to make a blanket out of just this, it would probably take about 10 of them. But I'm not asking that of you. So Roseanne says, question mark, are you able to say how many others are crocheting the Longmire blanket? I'm not 100% sure, Roseanne. I do know, let's see. I think y'all can still see me when I do that. I can tell you how many people have sent pictures in. I think I have about 5 or 6 of you that have sent pictures in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 people that have sent me pictures. So, but I don't know if there's more and they're just waiting till the very end to send me a picture. So, but I have 7 that have sent me some pictures along the way as they've made their blanket. Deborah DeWitt, Gina Ingram, Grandma Anna, Janice Urfer, Jen Reeves, Roseanne Alexander, and Viola LaFavors are the 7 who have sent me pictures of the Longmire blanket as they've progressed. So some have been more faithful than others to send pictures in. So that'll just make their segment of the video a little bit longer and better. But yeah, because it's cool to watch the progression. So I'm thankful for those of you that are really sending in lots of pictures. So, all right. Roseanne says, wow, nice. Roseanne says, thanks. You're welcome. Mare says, I joined late in the game before I even knew what Longmire was. Yes. So I am often working on my blanket. On your mosaic blankets, I think, is what you're saying. Roseanne says, and you did very well with the questions too. Oh, thank you, Roseanne. I appreciate that. Mare says, blankets, just not the Longmire design. Right, right. All right. So let's look at our Joy Basket moment. And today, well, God has a sense of humor. The very one thing that my PT instructor said to me today was, Miss Cynthia, you need to be patient with Cynthia. Guess what our Joy Basket moment is titled? Be patient. All right. Ephesians 4, chapter 2 says, always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Although we serve one God and share one faith, we are each created uniquely. Rather than reject and reprove the faults of others, we should use our strengths to help others in their weaknesses. In turn, other believers may help us when we are struggling. How appropriate is this for that little bit of family business we had to take care of at the beginning of the video from those emails I received? This is just like perfect reiteration from God above on what I said. So maybe after all, I was his vessel today. The trademarks of a true Christian are clearly communicated here. We are to be humble, gentle, patient, and loving. Over and over, Christ demonstrated these characteristics, even when it was not fair, convenient, or reciprocated. As his followers, we are called to live the same way. This is how the world will recognize who Christ really is. Lord Jesus, you choose to live humbly, yet your life impacted the entire world and still does to this day. With your testimony as our example, please help us to walk as you've walked. We will choose the humble path as well. What is the difference between making allowances for each other's faults and endorsing sin? And that really just falls right back into what we talked about at the beginning of this video. So the moral of the story is welcome all, welcome always. And may I serve you well and leave you with just a little bit more joy than what you came in with. And if you didn't come in with any, that you leave with some. So that's my goal. Roseanne says, ding, 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 right? And I love the bell emojis. So, again, I do appreciate everyone that comes to me and talks to me and is very open and honest and real. I would rather you be real, even if it might hurt my feelings. But yeah, I cannot sit here and say one channel is better than another. And so I just pray that you'll respect me for not, jumping on that bandwagon. But continue emailing me. So, all right. Well, this has been another great Friday. It's kind of bittersweet that we're not going to be together later, but I will be here in the studio after I eat, getting ready to start blanket number 2 for the midwife. And so my goal is next Friday to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Mary, you asked me about that. And so there's a strong, strong possibility that next Friday will be sneak peeks before Monday. And yeah, I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited. I have not yet watched the first 2 episodes. I will probably do that sometime Saturday afternoon. But if not, then, during crunch time, as always, on Thursday night or Friday morning, because that seems to be the goal. But my history is doing it in crunch time. But I'm excited. I'm excited. So, and I've already talked with Roseanne. Unfortunately, due to me falling, I have not had a chance to get her package together that she was due for winning the most points for the last 3 Friday nights of Longmire. But I've already talked with her that my husband's going to help me get everything together this weekend, and we will get that out in the mail when we go. Well, we might even be able to do it Tuesday, Roseanne, because we have to go to the doctor Tuesday, the surgeon. Because I was thinking Wednesday for PT, but we actually will be out together on Tuesday because I have an appointment with the surgeon at 9:30. So, yeah. So you will definitely get it before next weekend. And again, I appreciate your loving kindness and understanding why I couldn't get it out this week. So, but anyway. All right, you guys. If you haven't answered, and if you're watching this in the replay, please let me know. If you could choose someone to play you in the movie of your life, who would it be? So, all right. And again, mine would be Drew Barrymore. So, all righty. Bree says, always, my friend, and I have my yarn. And Roseanne says, take your time. I appreciate it, but I want to get it to you. I want to put some joy in your mailbox. Oh, I love that. Joy in your mailbox. Anyway, I'm crazy. I'm delirious. I need to go eat. Mary says you got a lot done. I really did. I'm impressed with what I've done since yesterday morning. So, but yeah. So imagine what I'm going to conquer this weekend. I may have to do a surprise live at the beginning of next week if I get some of these blankets done and be like, sneak peek. So don't be shocked and don't be surprised and don't be mad if there's an extra video. Because I know I put out a lot of videos. But anyway. So if I do get them done over the weekend, enough to show, that's my goal, is to get enough to show, because, you know, I've got to leave stuff to do through the process of Call the Midwife. So the goal is not to have it all done, but to do it as we go. But I want enough done of each that you can see so you can decide which one you want to do. But should I be successful this weekend, I may have to do a surprise sneak peek live. So make sure your notifications are on. All right. Well, I love you guys. Mary says you got a lot. Oh, we already read that. All right. I love you guys so much. And I hope that you've had an amazing week. And as we've learned in our joy blogs, you know, it is great to be umbrellaed under God's will and to have his protection and provision. And, oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to tell y'all what new topic, I'm looking for my journal, what new topic we will start looking at for next week. And if you give me just a quick second, I shall tell you. We're on protection now. Next week, oh, how could I have forgotten this? Because got something else special coming up next week, so you'll have to just watch my videos to find it. But it's on giving. Giving is our topic next week. So we will have gone from rest to protection, and then we will start listening to what he wants to talk to us about under the topic of giving. So being a cheerful giver. So I'm excited. So life is good. Find your joy every single day. Let that joy tank overflow. It's there. It's there. You got to find it, even in the chaos, even in the struggle, even when the struggle is so real. There's joy. God wants us to be happy. He wants us real. There's joy. God wants us to be happy. He wants us to be filled with joy. He wants us to trust him. So do it, my friends. Let joy just explode. Whatever that joy is for you. For me, it comes in many, many forms. The butterflies I see fluttering at the rose bushes, the birds at the bird feeder, the yarn on my hook, the smile on my husband's face, the phone call at 5 o'clock to 5:30 every day on his way home, you know, that giggle of my grandbaby, that hug from my children. I mean, joy comes in so many ways. So grab onto it, cherish it, be blessed. So I love you. I am joyful because I have all of you. So hugs, everyone. And I will see you in another video next week. But if not, right back here on Friday. All right. I love y'all. Bye.